Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to ask you to please take a moment to say hello. If you can turn on your camera, that would be fabulous. I'd love to see some of your faces. The other thing I wanted to ask you to do is today is a special day because we're going to have 2 more weeks, and then I'm going to actually take a 1-week break during the holidays. Today we are talking about December monthly special, December 2020, and allergies. So welcome to all of our friends, wherever you are, but specifically good evening to everyone who's joining us from Southeast Asia. And the other thing I wanted to remind you is please take a moment to go onto YouTube. I'm going to actually add the link into the chat so that you can go onto YouTube and subscribe, because it's super important that we get a chance every week to subscribe to what's coming up, because I know now during the holiday season, we want to make sure that you're actually getting the information that you need. So today, as I said, December specials and allergies. We are, I'm telling you, I feel a little bit scattered because of just all the rushing. I came down here about an hour ago. Many of you know that I do this presentation from the lower level of my house. Came down, tried to download the presentation, and I don't know what happened, but it wouldn't work. So here we are. Oh, everybody's saying hello. Hi, Elena, and the rest of the members. Hi, Elena. Take a moment, just say hi to everyone. I know this is a terrific community. We actually have a great presentation today. We haven't talked about allergies in a long time. I think it's really important. Some people have seasonal discomforts even at this time of year. I know that it sounds crazy, but there are reasons why we start sneezing, we have runny noses, and I wanted to talk to you, maybe watery eyes, maybe some sort of a skin eruption. The reason also I wanted to talk to you about that is because some people actually have this when they put up their Christmas trees, that if they have a live tree in their house, that I guess it's the pollen or the what's it called when they have the goopy stuff, the sap from the tree, can actually cause them to start sneezing or coughing, and they don't realize what's happening. I shouldn't be sneezing or coughing now. The other thing that's important is that we recognize when we're just having a seasonal or a temporary discomfort and don't begin to think that we're actually sick, right? So this is super important. So I'm getting everybody saying hello. Lynette saying hi. Lorinda says hi. Sihan, hey from Penang. So we had our super successful group there last week. I hope you were all on and saw that. I have to say, that's the beauty of doing this live, that we were just able to interrupt everything and just go with it. And it was such a wonderful celebration. I'm so proud of everybody there, and just, keep going. You're doing a great job. Congratulations. Norinda says, I'm at Tampines Hub Hawker Center having my dinner. Okay, hope you all had your dinner. I hope you all had your dinner too. And if you had something really delicious or special, let me know. I want to, let's see if I can do this now. If I want to share a few things with you. And this is, whoops. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, terrific. Okay, so today we're talking about December monthly specials. I actually lost my chat for a second, so I want to bring my chat back. Where is my chat? Oh, okay, I have no chat for right now, so we're gonna just have to keep moving. Okay, so today we are talking about these wonderful specials and what we can do with them. And we're first gonna start, I'm sorry, everybody, I don't know how to do this. There we go, that's better. Can everybody still see my screen and see the slides? No, you cannot, okay. All right, so we're trying, it's an experiment. This is what we know as technical difficulties. Yes, how about now? Can you see my slides? Beautiful, thank you. Everybody who's bobbing their heads, thank you so much. This is kind of a new thing for me. I hope you saw the blinking lights of the December slide. We would try to kick off the month with something that's a little bit interesting, and let's see if we can get this rolling and have it look a little bit decent. Okay, so first promo is our promo of the month. They're 15, the Power of Three, the oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. Product of the month is in the US is Balsam Fir. So 5 milliliter Balsam Fir and this kind of cool ornament if you are ordering 125 PV before the 15th of the month. I've gotten these ornaments before. I have to say I really like them. They absorb well. I don't usually put them on my tree, but one of the things that I will do is I'll put them perhaps in my car or in a room or even in a closet. So if you have a closet and you want to be able to refresh it a little bit, or maybe you want to protect it against moths, that's a wonderful way to do it. I had a moth problem in one of my closets on the second floor, and it was not fun. And I have to say, they kind of chewed up several of my sweaters, chewed them up to the point that they couldn't be repaired. If it had been tiny holes, I would have just brought them maybe somewhere and had them reweave it, but they were big like this. It was not nice, those moths. Okay, second promo is our 10% off is cardamom, 5 milliliter. Cardamom traditionally comes in 5 milliliter. If you've never used cardamom before, it is terrific for your airways, which is another thing that we're talking about today. And it also is wonderful in tea. If you are a tea drinker, you can add a drop of cardamom. And you, many people cook with cardamom. I don't cook with it as much because my husband doesn't love it. But when I find a recipe, maybe something, a chai, or maybe even a sweet or a dessert, I do like to add cardamom in there, and it really gives a wonderful flavor. Betty says every year has a nice design and good to put in shoe racks. That's a great recommendation with some lemon and tea tree. So use your ornament. Don't feel that you must put it in, you know, it's called an ornament. You can put it just about anywhere. But the idea is that you're going to put essential oils on it. You're going to hang it somewhere and it's going to refresh wherever it is. But I like the idea of putting it in a shoe rack because shoes sometimes cannot be too fresh. Then we also have our 200 PV promo, which is amazing. If you're purchasing 200 PV, and this is throughout the month, I think it's while supplies last, but I've never known them to run out, I have to say. The Frankincense special, which is our traditional December special. I love the Frankincense special. I put in my orders immediately because I didn't want to forget or have my order processed, but this is something I will remind you of. If you're putting in your order with some Christmas items in it or some holiday items in it, make sure you go back in and check your cart because those items will not process a second time. And if you don't have 100 PV sitting in your cart, you will not make your check. Your check will not be sent to you. Don't want anybody to lose a check. We've got a lot of business builders and leaders and people that are actively sharing and are receiving some sort of remuneration on a monthly basis. Some of them, many of them on a weekly. If you are signing people up, you could lose your fast start, and we don't want that to happen. So make sure if you're putting holiday items in your cart, the minute those items process, go right back in. Just hit process now because you have to process them now. Go back into your cart and refill it with 100 PV. So you're sure to make sure that your cart is nice and full. And everybody knows that your cart has to sit with 100 PV in it for it to be processed, for you to get your monthly or your weekly remuneration. We want to make sure that everything that you're entitled to, that you're actually getting to. So Quinny says that she hangs her ornament in the bathroom. And Teresa says, thanks for the reminder. This is super important. Trust me, I have gone out of my cart and then a day later said, why does my LRP only say 65? And then realized I didn't reset my cart, and sometimes even lower. So just make sure you're resetting your cart. And I'll give you a little reminder in a minute. It's sort of an infographic that I use, a technical reminder. Okay, the other thing is we have something called Best of the Season. So we've got an enrollment kit, which is really kind of cool, which includes all of these items in it. It is 160 PV. I'm sorry, $160 US dollars with 110 PV. This is kind of a fun way for you to start the season if you are thinking about just staying healthy, maintaining your airways in a so that you're able to breathe smoothly, also keeping track of your moods. Some people begin to feel a lot of stress during the holiday season. I have to say this year in particular, I feel a little bit less stress just because I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. No parties, no cocktail parties, nothing. There's nothing to do. I'm getting together maybe with a few friends, but very small. And in our state, as you know, I live in New Jersey, they're very strict. And in the surrounding states, very strict. And some people are extremely nervous and don't want to get together on a regular basis. So NBC, she loves the Grinch graphics. Thank you. I'm never sure if I should add the GIFs or don't add them. And I know some people call them GIFs, other people call them GIFs, but I love the kind of animation. And when you're just kind of listening to me talking, it's fun to have something up there that you can, if I get boring, you could look at the little animations. Okay, falling snow. So this is a diffuser blend for you, which you're going to add 3 drops of cardamom, 1 drop of grapefruit, 2 drops of Douglas Fir, and 2 drops of frankincense. It's going to smell sort of that kind of resiny smell. You're not going to get any of the strong cloves or cinnamon that we sometimes get in the other blends. Holiday Joy, unfortunately, is sold out. So if you didn't get your Holiday Joy, maybe we have to find a recipe so you can mix up your own Holiday Joy. And if anybody has a recipe, just let me know. Any sort of diffuser blend that smells kind of like Holiday Joy, I'd love to hear about it. Pamela's asking, since we have both an OTG and an NFR cart, does it matter which cart we top up to 100 PV? I think you need your OTG cart at 100 PV, but I will double check that. And if anybody knows the answer to that better than me, because I know there's some leaders in that have an OTG and an NFR cart, let me know. Tell me in the chat right now, because I'd love to know. Great question, Pamela. Okay, Singapore specials. Let's see what we've got for Singapore. Product of the month is Holiday Peace, another traditional favorite. This is one of the holiday oils that was introduced a couple of years ago. It is a limited edition. You do get the holiday ornament. And what I like about Holiday Peace is it's more like the scent of the tree. It's less about the spices, which is what Holiday Joy is all about. Don't get me wrong, I love Holiday Joy, and I've been diffusing it in my office since I got it. I should have ordered more because I did not think that it would sell out, but of course that it did. Our 10% off in Singapore is Douglas Fir, 5 milliliter, usually 33 Sing dollars, now 29.70. Also, I'm blending some of the different fir oils, so I'm adding things like Douglas Fir, Siberian Fir, also any of the holiday oils, and putting them together so I get that really strong fir smell that I just love. If you're not inclined to have that, I'd love to hear a blend that you're using now. Any of the fir oils will help to clean the air and also help to keep that pollen-y smell down in your house. They're also very grounding. Okay, frankincense, you also have the 200 PV special. So excited. There were years, and I'm sure some of you who are in Singapore will know this, that we only got the 200 PV special in the US. So now that we're getting it all over the world, I feel like we're one big happy family, which is terrific. New addition to the gift guide, limited time only for doTerra Singapore, is the Ancient Oils collection. So I'm going to tell you a little secret about the Ancient Oils collection. You know that they're only available in 5 milliliter bottles, right? Maybe they won't last that long. So what I'm doing is I'm actually creating roller bottles for myself out of the oil so they'll last a little bit longer. So each of those bottles contains about 150 drops. I'm taking a good amount from each one, maybe 25 to 35 drops, and I'm putting it into a roller bottle, a 10 milliliter roller bottle, and I'm topping it off with fractionated coconut oil. The other thing that I can do that allows me to do is it allows me to either give an entire set of roll-ons as gifts. It allows me to share with my team, and it also allows me to teach and give out drops of the oil so I can give it out in a roller bottle and not feel like, oh my goodness, I'm giving away my entire group of products, because it is a little pricey. I think for me, it's worth it. I want you to believe that it's worth it too. These are rare and unusual oils, things like cistus and myrtle and hyssop that we never get. And so if you're interested in this collection, I bought 2 collections. I sprung for them, but I'm using 1 collection entirely to make these roller bottles. So consider it. Saw Kim is telling me that she's using Balsam Fir, Siberian Fir, and Douglas Fir. Yes, delicious. I love that blend. And if you're diffusing it in your house, depending on the size of your diffuser, literally in a few minutes, you're going to smell that wonderful smell of the tree. And if you're putting up, let me know also in the chat, are you putting up a live tree, or you're putting up an artificial tree, or no tree at all? And I know everybody's celebrating something different. For those of you who were just celebrating Diwali, congratulations. Happy Diwali to all of our wonderful members that are celebrating Diwali. I was talking to somebody that I work with, and there was a lot of noise in the background. And I was thinking, what's going on? Are they in their office? And then I realized, no, they're not in their office at all. And they're out celebrating. And he was actually not only celebrating Diwali, but his cousin was getting married. So it was extra kind of noisy and fun in the background. I love celebrations. I can't wait until we can have lots of big celebrations again. And if you're wherever you are, if you're going to have a big celebration, let me know, because I'd love to hear about it. Narinda says she was having a tooth extraction last Saturday, and her upline told her to use frankincense. She says that her cheek feel a little swollen from the injection, applied frankincense several times, and before I knew it, she was able to chat. So that's really great. Yes, it can be very relieving and soothing and bring down inflammation. Betty says she gets a small live tree. Yoo-hoo weekend, always shopping for more Christmas goodies. I know, you get to the stores and it's like, 1 for me and 1 for them, and 1 for me and 1 for them. I got to get out of that habit. That's the worst. I'm trying to stay out of stores because they're just a little bit too busy and doing everything online. So when you're online, you can control yourself a little bit better. But my husband actually said to me the other day, are you done? Are you done with the Christmas shopping already? And I don't know. I hope I'm done. I don't know. Danielle says she's putting up a pre-lit tree, but it's beautiful. And Lorinda says getting a small artificial one. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, this is fun. A new product launch, Peppermint soft gels, and an introductory bottle, which includes a box that you can use for sorting your supplements. I use a supplement sorter. It's not a doTerra sorter. I don't know. I guess when I go to convention, or the last time I went to convention, I didn't buy one. And so I'm using something from the drugstore, I have to admit, but this is really cute. And I see that it has the coordinating label. So if you are a person who's kind of sorting your, pre-sorting your supplements on a regular basis, this could be something that's really a great for you to use. And you can see that it's while supplies last. So if I were you, I know it always happens in Singapore, everything sells out. So this might be something that you want to hop on right away. Another limited time offer is the Defend Kit, is back by popular demand, with Breathe and Lemon and On Guard and the On Guard spray. Again, we're talking about respiratory. We want to protect our respiratory system. We want to keep it stronger, and we want to make sure that we're not confusing just maybe dust, pollen, or something that's in the air with actually having some sort of an illness or an inflammation. So that's why we want to keep our lungs as clear as possible. I actually this will make you laugh. I went into my daughter's room last night, and she had all her lights out. I'm telling you, the things that happened in our house, so crazy. She had all the lights out, and she was burning candles in there. And I was thinking, oh dear me, why is she doing this? And of course, her father came in and was like, can't burn candles in the house. And was like shutting off the candles. And her brother came in, and he said, stinks in here, you got to shut this off. So needless to say, she got a little bit of negative pressure there. I don't want my house to burn down. And I don't love candles either. I'm not a candle person. Ever since I started using essential oils, I use the kind of flickering ones, and then I'll diffuse something so I can get the smell that I want and get the look of something burning. Okay. Product of the month this month is, we're on to Malaysia. Product of the month this month is Holiday Joy. in Malaysia, if you can get a Holiday Joy, please grab one because they are sold out everywhere. It is a limited edition, and they're showing that you can have your choice of 3 different ornaments. 2 of them are the baked clay, and one looks like it's that thin balsa wood, but you can saturate any of them. I think now that I see the balsa wood one, I may have 1 or 2 left from last year. I'm going to go grab them out of a box. I keep a swag box of all sorts of gifts and goodies, and sometimes things get left in there, and I seem to remember having seen that recently. 10% off for Malaysia is Passion Roll-On. Another crazy thing, I actually find that if you take either the Passion Roll-On or the Passion, the small bottle, and put it in body lotion, it is amazing. Some of you will probably remember that a few years ago, we had a limited time offer of Passion lotion, and it just is so good. And at this time of year, it's a little spicy. I'm just loving it. So I'm taking my unscented lotion from doTerra, and I'm adding in a few drops of Passion, and then just kind of using it as body lotion. Very moisturizing, very uplifting. I find that in the morning, in fact, I used it this morning when I got out of the shower. I put on my mixture of Passion lotion, and you can too. Rose says, Holiday Joy is nice to set the mood. It has vanilla absolute, which creates calming and relaxing. Yes. Now, we can't get vanilla absolute, but you could take probably a little bit of vanilla out of your cabinet and add that. I don't know if it would work, but certainly if it's an organic vanilla. If anybody has the ingredients to Holiday Joy, post them for me in the chat. I'd love to see them. Let's see if we can make something. Okay, Love and Care Kit. This is super cute with Helichrysum Whisper, Cedarwood, Geranium, Lavender Touch, Peppermint Touch, Rose Touch, and the 4-in-1 gift pouch. That pouch is super adorable. If you're traveling, that would be a great thing to put in there, and put it in your suitcase. I am loving the new, what do they call those? The pouches that people use for traveling. Ever since I started using them, my travel goes so much more smoothly. I pack things in a certain, in a pouch. I label it on the outside, and then I'm not constantly digging through my suitcase, especially when I come to see all of you and I have a long trip and a lot of things in there, everything from clothing to food to gifts. And it's just, I don't know, big jumble if I don't keep it organized. The packing cases, that's the word I wanted. The packing cases are amazing. And this looks like a mini packing case to me. So you could separate out your different essential oils, or maybe something that you just want to carry with you. Betty's saying that the ingredients in Holiday Joy are Siberian Fir, wild orange, clove bud, cinnamon bark, cassia, Douglas Fir, nutmeg essential oils, and vanilla absolute. So nutmeg essential oil, we don't usually have that. A few of you may have it left over from an old kit or a special offer. If you don't, could we try grating a little bit of nutmeg in there? Might work. I don't know. I usually have a tiny, the nut of the nutmeg and a grater, and it is very potent when you put it in there. Might be a little dusty, but you could always strain it later on. Let's try it. Okay. I know, if only you could have this in Singapore too. I agree. This is super cute. I got my Love and Care promo. Oh, you did get it already. This is I have to say, this is adorable. Okay, let's keep going. The other Love and Care promo, which looks more like it's for gentlemen. The other one looks like it's for ladies. This has the Mavi Touch, the bath bar, the toiletry bag. It is a limited edition. If you're interested, I would say grab it because it won't be around for long. 150 PV promo in Malaysia is the Healthy Habits Enhance Kit. It does have quite a few essential oils: lemon, oregano, tea tree, thyme, clarify, easy air, and on guard. This is for LRP orders only. I like the fact that the company has been talking a lot about staying healthy, boosting your immune system, and this kit falls right into that grouping. Oh, you do have a 200 PV special. I love it. So Frankincense, I know many of you have heard about your specials already, but I find that when we hear about other countries, we get excited. We get excited for them and about what's going on in their countries too. Okay, Philippines. Product of the month in the Philippines is the holiday joy. They're getting the holiday joy. So hop on with your orders. Today is the 7th. So you've got a few days left, not too many, you've got 8 days. But if you haven't experienced, if you're in the Philippines and you haven't experienced holiday joy yet, this is the time for you to experience it. 10% off is Siberian Fur. Again, we have some great recommendations for Siberian Fur in the chat. Take a look at those. I'm using my Siberian Fur, and I'm also using it for different promotions. Sometimes I run promotions in different areas. If somebody's struggling and they want to kind of boost up their team in one leg or another, they may contact me, and I'm giving away a lot of Siberian Fur. During the pandemic, I collected a lot of points, and so now I want to make sure that I'm kind of spreading the word. Yes. Jessica says she's very excited. King of Oils. Yep, you have your King of Oils, your 200 PV special. So we've got across all markets that we love. And oh, look at little Lilo, or is that Lilo or Stitch eating a little snowman? That's pretty funny. The 200 PV special, don't miss out on the frankincense. This is a wonderful way for you to augment your collection and to feel like you've got just everything that you need. That's Dardanella says it's Stitch. Stitch is pretty funny eating his little thing there. Okay, holiday golden sweet in the Philippines is if you have 3 new enrollments, you're going to get a helichrysum roll-on. 5 new enrollments, you're going to get a mint Melissa, and 8 new enrollments, you're going to get the helichrysum roll-on and the Melissa, which is really amazing. So if you're sharing doTerra, this is the way for you to do it. Okay, free shipping in the Philippines. No shipping fee for every purchase of 500 pesos and up worth of products in a single receipt. And this is from December 1st to December 31st. Philippines has had some, I'm sure you've heard, some natural disasters, some other troubling things that have gone on. And this is a way for doTerra to support. They've had flooding, they've had multiple things over the last 12 months, and I'm glad that we were able to help out there. So MB says she's enjoying the gifts. So how do you pronounce it? I just want to hear, do you pronounce it GIF with a hard G, or do you pronounce it GIF with the J sound? Because everybody seems to do it a different way. Let me know in the chat. Free shipping is also available from Malaysia and Singapore. Okay, thank you, Sue MB. Healing Hands. We do have in Philippines, I don't know if this is a limited time offer, but for right now, the Rose hand lotion and the Hope roll-on. I think, and finally, a special promotion available, just became available in the Philippines, the Precious Florals collection. This is something that was available a little bit earlier in the US, but still delicious. And the Blue Lotus, which is the one all the way to the right, is actually my personal favorite, something that's never been available in doTerra. And I know Emily Wright has talked about it a lot, how difficult it is to source. And that's why we only got a tiny little roll-on. Okay, doTerra Touch Trio is also available in the Philippines for now. Balance, Helichrysum, and Serenity. That was available last Christmas here in the US. This is a great set. We had never had the Helichrysum roll-on before, and I don't know why we haven't had Balance and Serenity roll-ons. I know many of you are making your own in your own houses. Why not have it available all the time? Ancient Oils collection is also available. We talked a little bit about that. And now we're on to the meat of the matter, which is about what is an allergy. So we're going to talk a little bit about why we have allergies, what they are, usually what happens when you have an allergy. And I'm also, as I'm doing this, I'm referring to the book, Essential Oils Healthcare for Today. So allergies are when we feel discomfort. We have an invader in our body. Usually it's something having to do, at least for this poor lady, it has to do with something coming into her nasal passages, and then the body begins to see it as a foreign agent and wants to reject it. And the reaction is much more severe than is really necessary. So certainly if you were to, and I know that some people have life-threatening allergies to nuts and other substances, many of them are foods. So we're not taking taking this lightly. It is an extremely important topic. We're going to be focusing a little bit more on some of the nasal distress, but certainly this is applicable whether you are having a seasonal allergy or maybe you had a contact allergy. It's the same process that you can be exposed to plants or molds or foods, animals, insects, maybe a drug, a cosmetic, a cleaner. There's a lot of things that can really upset the balance of your system, and suddenly you're feeling like you're under attack, and which is basically what the body is feeling, that it is under attack. Okay, so essential oils without allergies. One of the things that we want to think about when we think about essential oils is that they don't contain proteins. So that does not mean that you might not have a skin sensitivity, but they are not going to cause what we would consider a shock reaction from being exposed to an essential oil. When the essential oils are distilled, the proteins are removed, and proteins are the thing that cause the allergic reaction. When we are applying, if we have some sort of a skin condition, we want to think about applying something that's going to bring down the stress of the body, ratchet down those, fight or flight, which is what's basically happening to the body, and also help us to control the symptoms. So sometimes when we are having some sort of distress, the symptoms can actually be worse than what's happening to us. So if we are just sneezing, like this little fox seems to be sneezing, or maybe we have watery eyes, or maybe we have a little bit of itchy skin, we can pinpoint what it was that triggered this reaction. We can react fairly quickly to bring down the symptoms. Now, when we're applying, if you are actually having some sort of skin irritation, you want to be very mindful, because essential oils in general are very drying. So we don't want to apply the essential oils directly on the skin without diluting them with fractionated coconut oil, and then being mindful to stay within the 1 to 4 drop rule. Now, I think that sometimes we feel, I'm going to put this on and it's going to just eliminate. It's not a magic wand. It's going to eliminate the allergy or the feeling that we're feeling. And allergies tend to take time to feel relief. When I feel that kind of drippy nose, that discomfort, for me, it always has to do with my nasal passages and my sinuses. They either get stopped up or they'll get very runny. These are the oils that I'm using on a regular basis to relieve that feeling. The balance also is to keep my body in balance so that it doesn't feel like it's being attacked. That's why we're applying the balance first thing in the morning, and then the breathe and the eucalyptus. If you are trying or you're taking something internally, you want to also make sure that your body, your systems are clean. So we're ingesting things like Terrazyme on a regular basis. Those are our digestive enzymes. These are going to help us to clear out whatever pathogens may be irritating our system internally, not just things that are coming at us. We may have ingested something. Our body is feeling like it's under attack. So taking our Terrazyme and our detoxification blend, our Zendocrine. Now, you can take the Zendocrine in the black bottle, or you can take the Zendocrine in the white bottle. I tend to prefer, at least for a first course of action, the Zendocrine in the white bottle, even though the black bottle is shown here, I know. The cleansing process is the same for both. You could do a long-term cleanse, but sometimes when we're having an allergy, we're having an immediate reaction to something. We want to be able to ratchet down the stress, ratchet down that high alert that the body has gone into because it's been exposed to something that it's feeling like it's being attacked. Lavender, Roman chamomile, all-time favorites. Many of you know the story of me, but I'll tell it. I actually haven't told it in a while. Years ago, I was at a party, and a cocktail party, and I am used to be actually very, very allergic to cats. And I'm sorry to anybody who's a cat lover or has a cat. I think they're beautiful, but they just make me sneeze and my eyes water. And just even thinking about them makes my nose itch a little bit. Woo! But they are beautiful, but cats and me, I don't know. We're just, we have to keep a bit of a distance. So anyway, many Christmases ago, I was at a cocktail party, and at the party, very crowded. People were smoking and talking loud and drinking, and it was just packed with people. And I started to feel a little bit of a tickle in my throat and maybe a little bit of a tickle in my nose. But I thought it was just from everything that was going on. And then I sat down to eat my dinner, kind of had my plate balanced on my legs. And when I stood up, the friend that I was with said to me, "Oh my gosh, you are covered with cat hair. You must have sat in the chair, the favorite chair of the cat." And I said, "Oh my gosh, there are cats here?" She said, "Yes, there are 3 of them or 4 of them. I don't even know." And I have to say, in that moment, I panicked. Now, remember, this is December. It's right around Christmas time. It's quite cold here. I'm sure it was 0 degrees centigrade or less. And I just ran outside into the street because I started thinking, oh my gosh, what's going to happen to me? And I ran to my car to see what essential oils do I have. And so now I'm kind of scrounging through my car because, of course, I had a tiny little purse with me, maybe, and just my phone, didn't have my whole bag of oils. But I happened to have lavender in my car, and I opened up the bottle and I just went glug, 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 and took a whole bunch of drops. And I stood outside in the freezing cold and I thought, how do I feel? Do I feel okay? And I really felt like in that moment that not only was the panic and the anxiety going away, but whatever symptoms had just begun to kind of blossom, because I could feel them already coming on, they were already being soothed and calmed, and I was beginning to feel a little bit better. Well, folks, I went back into the party. I stayed 3 more hours and I was absolutely fine. And I drove all the way home. And the next day I was fine too. What's interesting about that story is ordinarily, had I not had my lavender oil with me, I probably would have left the party early. I would have rushed home. I might have taken some sort of over the counter medication that, might have helped me, but might not have. I would have wound up with a very stuffy nose or maybe a lot of running, watery eyes, all the symptoms, and they don't go away quickly. Sometimes it takes a day or so. And so this was really a lifesaver for me. It was also that light bulb moment when you wake up and you say, you know what, this could be something that could help me in the long run. Narinda says she used to have sinuses every morning before she woke up. For the past 2 weeks, she's been diffusing Breathe and On Guard. Goodbye, morning sinus. And Lydia says, me too. I love to add frankincense and lemon in my morning tea. The other thing that you should be trying is the combination of lavender, lemon, and peppermint. Whether you're taking it right out of the bottles, you can be just putting it directly into your hands, cupping your hands over your nose and mouth and breathing in. You can be drinking it in a glass of water, or you can be taking the pre-made dry yeast capsules. Any of those are fine, but all those are tried and true methods. And I find that now during this season, because we do have our tree already in the house, and I tend to wake up with a little bit of an itchy nose, I'm taking actually a dry yeast every morning when I wake up, because that's the way that I've kind of mitigating that extra, I don't know, the extra pollen. I'm not sure what comes out of the tree, but for me, it's something that gives me an itchy nose, even though I love the live tree in the house. I'm not willing to give up the live tree, and I'd rather suffer through the itchy nose. You can also diffuse Breathe or lavender either together or individually. Both of these oils, as you know, you can also diffuse Purify, Easy Air. There are tons of different ones that you can begin to diffuse. You want to do it regularly. Whenever we're talking about allergies, we're talking about doing something consistently. The other thing is, I've been hearing from certain people that are feeling, oh my goodness, I have this symptom, and they'll tell me whatever the symptom is, and they begin to think that they have something having to do with the pandemic. And that's what I'm trying to help all of you to really feel a little bit more calm about. That these little twinges sometimes or sniffles that we're feeling are just a normal part of our day. There's something that we might have been exposed to, maybe a little bit of dust or pollen, nothing drastic, and we just want to take a deep breath, use our essential oils, try diffusing them in our space, and see if we feel a little bit better. The other thing is, for those of you who are in colder climates and listening to this, that scratchy feeling that we sometimes begin to feel when the heat goes on, because many of us now have had our heat on consistently for the last 2 months, it really does dry out the house. Using a water-based diffuser, especially in the rooms that we're sleeping, can help to bring down that kind of scratchy throat feeling, which feels a little bit or mimics either an allergy or a real illness. So you want to make sure, let's bring down those symptoms so that we're not feeling those different sorts of things, and we're not just worrying all the time. I don't want you to be worrying all the time. We can make ourselves a nasal spray, which is a terrific way to put some of these essential oils together. You can put them in a pre-made bottle. You can use a little bit of a sprayer bottle. Many of you use neti pots. If you do use neti pots, make sure that you're not using a lot of essential oil in there. Usually the neti pot is about, I think mine is about 250 milliliters. 1 drop really is plenty to use if you're using it. And I like frankincense. I feel like it's the most soothing. Anything more powerful, for me at least, is a little bit too much. Let me know in the chat if you've ever used a neti pot. Have you used a neti pot with essential oils in it? And did you use it for allergies or something else? So let me know, neti pot, yes or no? And did you use it with essential oils? Because I'd love to hear. Okay, here's a couple of things. Did you know, according to National Geographic, sneezes actually blast out germs and other unwanted intruders, but they also have another just discovered purpose. A new study says that when we breathe in foreign particles, sensors in our noses and sinuses detect the objects. The sensors signal the cilia, the tiny hair-like paddles that line our noses and sinuses, to move to expel the irritants, and the process is always idling kind of in first gear. So if you're a driver who's ever driven a stick shift, you know what that is, with the cilia ready to spring into action when needed. The study found that the burst of air produced by a sneeze not only clears nasal passages, but also triggers the cilia sensors to kick the paddles into high gear for an extended period, about a couple of minutes. In that sense, a sneeze works by resetting the system, like an escape button or a reset button on a computer. So sneezes are pretty cool. I used to sneeze all the time, and I sneeze a lot less now that I use essential oils. And I think part of it has to do with the fact that I'm just, I have fewer allergies than I've ever had before. Norcia says, I now use a face mask with Breathe Peppermint oil, Peppermint and On Guard to reduce an itchy nose. Oh, sorry, Breathe, Peppermint, and On Guard, 3, and I drop each or use the roller touch. Face mask, Lansai San says, face mask with oils, great idea. Anybody using a neti pot? Any neti pot users out there? Really want to hear. I am not a consistent neti pot user, but I have used it in the past. Okay, some healthy resources. We've got a couple of things. They find sometimes that different substances, when we ingest them on a regular basis, can actually trigger additional allergies. The book Wheat Belly was really an eye-opener for me. It was a New York Times bestseller. If you'd like to try to find that, available wherever books are sold. The other one is Allergy Busters. This was a terrific article that was written specifically about children and allergies, and the doctor in the background is I think her name is Melanie Thernstrom. And her name is Dr. Carrie Nadeau, and she worked tirelessly with children with allergies, which is a much more severe and troubling problem, because children often can't communicate in the way that adults can. And we have to be very mindful when children have allergies, but she's really done some very cool things with allergies and children specifically. So take a look for the book and the magazine article if you can. Let's talk about our cheat sheet for 90 days. If I was going to talk about our cheat sheet, I would say month 1, and I don't know if I have it. As I said, I'm missing a couple of slides here. In month 1, I would look for Breathe. I would also go for the daily supplements pack. The reason I would go for daily supplements pack as opposed to the LLV is some of you have mentioned that you've had concerns with the alpha CRS. I would want to trigger anything additionally with the alpha CRS. I would also add in the detoxification, any sort of detoxification. You could add in your Zendocrine, either your Zendocrine blend or you could add in your Zendocrine capsules. And then I would add in, of course, your Terrazyme and your Terrazyme concept, so complex. So that would be month 1. Month 2, I would add in eucalyptus and lavender if you didn't already have them, or I would get an additional bottle because I think it's important for you to have those on hand all the time. Again, daily supplements. I feel like you really want to work from the inside out. When we're talking about when we're talking about allergies, we want to address symptoms right away. We have something that comes up unexpectedly, but if we see something as really a long-term problem, we want to address it from the inside out, and allergies are one of those things. The other thing that I found with my allergies is that they went away over time. So apropos of the cat allergy and even seasonal allergies for me, that by consistently using different products, I was able to really kind of ratchet down my response. So my response became less and less severe as time went on. And I found with seasonal discomfort, each year it was a little bit less severe. So first year before using essential oils, if you will, same runny nose, watery eyes, all the things that you can possibly think of. Year 2, it's a little bit less, a little bit more calm. Year 3, and so on, until right now, I don't really have that strong reaction that I used to have. In month 3, I would definitely spring for Roman chamomile. It is one of those wonderful oils that if you don't happen to have in your kit of oils, it is worth it. It's a little bit more expensive than some of your other essential oils, but if you're a person who in general has troubling symptoms, you want to keep your Roman chamomile in hand, keep your lavender, of course. You're taking your daily supplements pack, and then I would go for the Terrazyme again in your 3rd month. So make sure that you're taking that consistently and see how you begin to feel. Monitor yourself. Also look at your environment. Do you have a 20-year-old daughter in your house who's suddenly burning candles? Could that be setting off your allergies? Absolutely. So make sure you're checking your environment. What's new in this thing that's maybe setting you off in one way or another? And then let me know how you do. So here we go. Month 1, you've got your supplements, your Breathe, your Zendocrine, and your Terrazyme. And you can take photographs of this if you wish. And each one of these months is calculated to be at least 100 PV, so you don't have to recalculate them yourselves. Month 2, we've got again our supplements, our lavender, our Terrazyme, and our eucalyptus. And then in month 3, we've got our lavender, and we're adding in our Roman chamomile. So that's kind of our third our third addition to our monthly plan. Seasonal allergies are something that we've gotten used to kind of managing on a regular basis, but we can be using anything that we really want on a regular basis and managing seasonal allergies as well. So as always, I want to say thank you to our Presidential Diamond team. Congratulations to our brand new presidential, Mian Fu in Malaysia, and to his entire team. We had many, many rank advancements on that team, blue diamonds and diamonds and platinums. To all of you who had a wonderful month last month, congratulations. So happy to hear about all your success. There's still people posting on social media about what a wonderful month it was and how the success that they had. And I love seeing everybody and communicating with them. And I'm hoping that I'm going to get back to see you all sometime in the, I don't know, near future, but maybe next spring. We'll see what happens with travel, and then we'll be able to celebrate in person. As you know, the ideas expressed in this presentation were primarily from Essential Oils Healthcare Tip for Today, a beginner's guide. Whoops. And actually, you can follow my Instagram account. I think we got a new slide here. I didn't know that we had it. Let's see if I can get this to look up. Let's see what we have here. Oh, yes, we actually have a little, so if you haven't followed on Instagram, this is brand new, folks. So I'm very glad. So if you've never seen my Instagram account, this is what it looks like. And you can pop on and almost actually every day, at least 5 to 7 days a week, I have something on there that shows you. And this is just that's a replay. Okay, great. I'm glad that popped up. Can I get this off now? Wait. Here's our YouTube channel. Here we go. This is the YouTube channel. So if you can, we have all the videos on our YouTube channel on a regular basis. This video will be available in the next few hours. So if you have someone who couldn't get onto the presentation, they'll be able to see this recording. And let's see what we have here. Remember, you're amazing, and thank you for having been here. We're trying to help you and your families to stay healthy during this unprecedented time, and finally have a wonderful week. There we go. Okay, I think we did okay. I don't know, can I stop the share? What is going on? You know, I got a crazy elephant there. Okay, we didn't do too badly. I think all things considered, with our technical difficulties and me having to use a different type of presentation, we did okay. We got through the whole thing. Thank you, everyone who's listening on our YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, I-Chin, you're a doll. Thank you so much for posting that. If everybody could take a minute and just take a second and click on the YouTube, it's right in the chat. Click on there and hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And then click the bell so that you can get notifications. Next week, we are going to be talking about, let me see, hold on one second. We are going to be talking, we have a very kind of a serious topic next week. We're going to be talking about Alzheimer's and dementia. So stay tuned if you know anybody who is having trouble, and we're going to talk about all memory issues and basically brain health. So I think that's an important topic for us for next week. I'm going to say farewell to everybody who's on the live. I'm sorry, I'm going to say farewell to everybody who's on YouTube. And for those of you who are on live, stay tuned because we're going to give away our gift. As we always give away 2 prizes. So if you're not on the lives, I want you to get back with us next week. So have a wonderful week, everybody, and hold on for all of you who are on the live.